Hello everyone, welcome to HubSpot with the Hub Prompt Guy. If you are still manually sending emails, assigning tasks, following up with leads one by one, this video will change the way you work forever. Today in this video, we will deep dive into HubSpot workflow automation. We would be talking about how to set up these powerful workflows and automations that run for your marketing, sales, operations, or any team in the background while they focus on what actually matters. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how this workflow work, perform, they are capable of, and then you will be starting to save hours every week just like I do. And so without talking much, let's do the heavy lifting and get into the workflow. To reach into this workflow page, you will need to go to the automations tab, which is usually present on the left hand side, and go for workflows. So as you can see in my screen, I have created workflow for almost every task. Some workflow is for my get a code, some is for my email verification, some is for if somebody want to claim a discount, some is for some blog subscription purposes, and so on. So how did I created these workflow? I created by clicking on create workflow button. Now there are three ways to create them: from scratch, from template, with AI. So with AI is where you give some prompts and HubSpot AI creates it for you. And this is not the very reliable way. It's good for some easy basics workflow. And then there is some by default templates built for sales marketing teams that you can use directly right away. But the best way is to do from scratch, so you are aware of what's going on and how it's going on. So I'll choose scratch, and this is the one that people usually choose and people usually prefer. So there are three triggers. So what a trigger is: so trigger is the entry point or the execution point of the workflow. Basically when a workflow executes is decided by this trigger criteria. So the first one is manual. So manual is basically when you just create a workflow, keep it aside, and then you manually enroll it to a contact or a company or a deal based on your requirements. The third one is on a schedule. On a schedule is basically when you want to run workflow at a specified interval of time, like we say weekly, hourly, uh, or say yearly or quarterly. And then the filter criteria, which is mostly used by the companies worldwide. So filter criteria is something when some particular conditions or criteria are met, only then this workflow is triggered. Other than that, you can send email communication, a link to website. Most of the things are possible with this workflow. So we will start with the trigger where filter criteria is met. So once you have clicked over that, and the next screen asks you who the eligible records would be. Here you don't need to specify the name of the contacts. Basically you want to classify whether this is a contact based workflow, company based, deal based, call based, or so on. So if you want to learn more about HubSpot properties like contact, companies, and deal, we would be covering in our next video. You can stay tuned for it. And in summary, contact properties are the properties related to a particular contact. For example, John is a contact, so the name of John, email, his mobile phone number, his address are all the contact properties for John. Let's say the same guy John works for Amazon, so Amazon would be the company and John would be the associated contact for this company. And then the billing address of Amazon or company, the employee base of Amazon would all be company property. Same if they requested a code, then this they would come under the category of deal, that the company Amazon has requested the deal and the deal is requested by a person called John. So this is how these are relatable to each other but also different. So today we would be building a simple workflow, but you have some complex workflow in mind, then you can reach out to me. So when I go for contact, I can choose different type of contact properties for our testing or for our video purposes. Let's consider a scenario where if somebody has requested a code or requested to contact me, I want to send them an automated email and then assign a task to my team member to follow up them or make a call to them and so on. So I will go to contact properties. So there are many contact properties, as I explained. Then there is about contact name, contact owner, and so on. But I want to say why he contacted me. So I'll choose a contact properties called reason for contacting. Again, these contact properties do not all exist by default. There are some properties that exist in HubSpot by default. You can also create your contact properties inside HubSpot. We will also cover that as a detailed video, and then you can map these properties with your website. So for example, somebody lands to your website and filled out a form, or maybe clicked on a button. They choose different things like why I am contacting. Or let's say in my case, they can request a license purchase, they have a license question, they want to become a partner, they want to talk to sales, they want to talk to support, they want to be a reseller. So there could be many reasons why people want to contact me. They are all present in my website form, and this website form is mapped to the property called reason for contacting. And now I am making the form. If somebody has filled the form, let's say if somebody has contacted me to become a partner, or somebody has requested a quotation from me, so I can choose this property. Even I can choose more properties with it. For let's say somebody has requested this form and all, and let's say I want to check that he has submitted any form in my website. So we can mix multiple properties, but to keep it simple, let's go with just go with one property today, that is reasons for contacting. But yes, you can mix many properties. Now, eligible record. Sometimes it happens that the person who requested the code this time is not 100. We are not 100% sure that we will convert this deal. Maybe it break off due to some reason. Maybe the timing is not right. The band qualification concept, as you might be aware of. So you want to keep the re-enrollment criteria on. Otherwise, if the same person requests the code again or want to become a partner again, he won't be enrolled in a workflow, and you won't be able to maybe you miss a chance of following up with them. So we'll keep the re-enrollment on. Re-enrollment are kept on only for the workflows where you want the same workflow to enroll, where you want the contact to be enrolled in the same workflow twice. For cases like quote request, sales request, ideally for sales team, this is the best process. And then you keep on save and continue. So now my triggers are set. Now I am ready to create the next parts of my workflow. So workflows are a very detailed concept. You can ask AI to do things. You can go for communications. You can make CRM based edit updates. You can manage marketing from these records. But for this particular workflow, what we have to do, we have to say if somebody has clicked on submitted a form on my website saying that requested a code or become a partner, first of all I want to send them an email. So I will click on communications. Under communications, many options open up, like you want to send them a WhatsApp message, internal marketing email, normal email, and so on. So there are so many emails. Then you need to choose where you want to send an email, enrolled contact or an associated contact. So mostly all associated contact means, let's say John from Amazon has requested this code, but he has also CC'd let's say Kathy and Casey from their purchasing team to the thread. So Cassie and Kathy would be the associated contacts, and John is the enrolled contact. So if you want to keep them all, go for all associated contact. Otherwise, you can choose for the enrolled contact, which is the best way to reach out. Then you can choose an email. Like, see, I have multiple emails, help emails, contact sales emails, and download inquiry emails, so on. So let me just go for a contact sales email. So but if you don't have any email, so don't worry. If you're starting fresh, you can create email right away from here. You can click this button, go and create email. The process is very simple. It's just like creating an email on a Gmail and saving it. So, and then you can see the preview of your email, and once you are happy with all the criterias, you can go for a save. So now it will send an email. Let's say you don't want to send an email immediately, you want to have some kind of delay. So you can just put click on the plus sign. So these plus signs are for the next actions. Maybe you can add delay. So basically you want to add a delay for a calendar, for a time, for a certain amount of time. There are many criteria, so we'll say for a certain criteria amount of time. Let's say I want to send this email not right away but after 10 minutes, not 1 hour, 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. And I want only execution on Monday to Friday. My team does not work on Saturday and Sunday, and I don't want these to be people automated emails going on Saturday and Sunday. I can choose business days. Otherwise, if you want Saturday and Sunday, because that is what why automations are built for, you can give a save. So now why this shows 1 day, oh my god. So you need to be very careful because just one entry can change everything. So I need to put 10 over here and then give a save. So and see, now I'm good, and the changes needed error message is also gone. Now the next step is the automated email is done, but I also want that my team members should know about it. So I'll say create and update CRM records. So now if you have some deal, you want to create a note, you want to create a task, you want to delete, you want to edit, you want to enrich, everything is possible here. In this case I want to create a task. So the title of the task is call them. Call, or instead of saying them, I'll go for the first name. First name in the sense it will HubSpot will dynamically pick up the first name, in this case John, call John, and assign a task. So when this task should be due, so based on your processes, you can choose this. You want this task to due immediately the moment they made a request, the moment you want the call, or you want to have some custom date. Let's say call within 1 day, and then I want to my team does not work on Saturday and Sunday, so I want this to be only for business days. And then let's say if your team forgets to call them, or maybe miss their team member miss the task for some reason, you can set up an email reminder for custom day, and then give for this. You need to again you need to call, and then you need to add first name, or maybe say if you have some phone number field, call John. So this becomes easier for them. And now this is the most important part. If your people use queue, you can create queues and add it over here. You want to since calling a person who is requested for code is very high priority, a priority needs to be set high, and whom this task is to be assigned, whether to a specific owner or to no one. And so no one is usually never the answer. You want to assign this task to an existing owner of the contact. So again you can decide create different types of workflows that also distribute contacts between different owners as a round robin. If you want to have access to all these kind of amazing workflows, you can reach out to me directly using the comment section and just give a save. So now my workflow is ready to use. Basically it's this simple. So if somebody on my website fills out the form, says I want to contact you for a quote or want to become a partner, my automation will wait for 10 minutes. They will send, and my automation will send an email, automatically create an task which is an internal task and assign to the contact owner. Even more, if you want to set up some kind of a reminder, or let's say something like, and send an internal notification, like you want to have your these are the people that works in my organization. So if you want to have some kind of a team like SEM team, marketing team, or customer success team knows about it, you can set up internal reminder or like internal messages, like for example quote requested, okay, and then we a person has requested a quote. So irrespective of the contact owner, now my entire, let's say I'll choose the customer success team. So irrespective of the contact owner whom this task is being assigned, the entire team knows that a person has requested a code. So this could be for the leadership team, this could be for the team leaders, or this could be for the auditors as well. So this is also one important features. Then HubSpot has like cloning features, delete, copy, and all that we can discuss in the very next stages. You can before making them live, you can test these workflows. You would be having a list of different contacts. You can see how they would perform. So all these are test contacts, so I'll just exclude them right away. And then you can see the performance history, troubleshoot, enrollment, and there are a lot of options. So but all these are options are workable once your workflow is live. How to turn it on? So there is an orange button called review. You review this workflow. This is the place where you need to be very careful. If you have a lot of existing records in your CRM, never ever choose the first option. Why? Because you see, if I choose the first option, there are already 143 contacts in my CRM that meets the criteria that I have set over here. The workflow, this test workflow, will right away execute and send an email and create a task. I only and only want this workflow to execute after I turn it on. So see what the warning says: no, only enroll the contact who meet the criteria after workflow is turned on. This is forever the safest version. Then you can audit that re-enrollment is on, and if you want to have some kind of a suppression list or something, and edit all this from here. If you want to have, if you're very timing specific, like for example you work in US or area like California where you can't mail people after working hours, so you can set up the time that I want to run this workflow on specific actions, like every day, or like say I just want to do Monday to Friday 5 p.m. PDT, and give a save. So if somebody enrolls into this or falls into the criteria of this workflow after 6 p.m. or after 5 p.m., they would be put on hold, and next morning at 9 a.m. or 9:01 a.m. Automatically they would come in the queue, and then the workflow will execute. And then there are more various other performance settings. Then there are other connection setting if you want to include this workflow in some kind of automations and all. And then there is a workflow detail. This is like a quick review, and then you can simply turn it on. Once this workflow is on, you just need to sit back and relax. This workflow will perform for anybody who has requested a code or became a partner. Thank you. That's all for today. If you have any more questions around these workflows, I know it's complex, you can simply email to me or write down your queries in comments. I will try my best to answer them.